Yep, here we are. And I'm happy that I
Hi.
got a giggle out of you because of today's title, because it's true. It's the only place where Spider-Man was singing Alicia Keys, "You Don't Know My Name," especially after me shaking an angry fist about how the last movie ends.
The one that just
Only reason I did it because I saw the trailer.
okay.
And the trailer just reminded me, it's like, why they played up this trailer so much like that, if I could say, music video for Alicia Keys, "You Don't Know My Name." It's like tracking down MJ and Ned and hanging around and not really saying much or nothing until they in danger.
Well, but the thing is because what are you going to say? Doctor Strange wiped public knowledge of him. Pretty much wiped all of that.
Wipe he wiped the knowledge of who Peter Parker was,
Yes, they know who's.
not who Spider-Man is.
But the thing is, and so because of that, they know Spider-Man, but they don't know him. He's
Mm-hmm.
sort of wiped from them, and this opens with him trying to deal with here are these two people because May is dead now,
Right.
and the only other two people who have cared about him in
Mm-hmm.
these last few years. I mean, May is dead, Stark is dead. So, and Tony was the only person who Peter had something close to a relationship among the Avengers.
Not necessarily, but it's weird because you're making me think. It's like Doctor Strange spell also affected Happy. Peter don't have Happy anymore, therefore he does not have access to the Stark Industries technology anymore. He does not have that in anymore. So
So
he
he
lost a lot.
he and but the thing is, they were his support base,
Mm-hmm.
and now that support is gone. And but it's not like with May, she's dead. He can still see them. He sees them every day, but they don't know him. He's just another, he's just
Again,
another.
Happy doesn't know him. MJ doesn't know him. Ned doesn't know him. Who else?
None of them know him. I don't even.
Even his villains don't even know him anymore.
Thor may know him, but
Mm,
Thor is because when Strange cast that spell, Thor was no longer on Earth.
mhm.
Is what I'm thinking. So Thor may or may not know him, but Thor and Valkyrie aren't necessarily going to seek him out unless it's extreme need. He had somebody that he can just sit and talk with and hang with and just be Peter as opposed to Spider-Man. That's all gone.
Right.
And so there is this huge I saw the extended video trailer and it was like, that's heartbreak. People who once knew
It's
you,
beyond heartbreaking. I mean, it's like
it's as if you have literally been wiped from existence to the
he
people.
wasn't right from existence. It's just
But
that
in regards
his life has been taken away from him. Because again,
to the loss
he
of
has to
Mary.
now get a job where he didn't have to have a literal 9 to 5 job. Because again, Tony Stark left him Stark Enterprises. That's gone.
He had money. That's all gone. Yeah, Happy
He
doesn't.
he had family gone. He had a girlfriend and a best friend gone. He has no one but himself. And that was the sad part of the trailer. It's like he's still out there fighting a good fight, but when he comes home,
He's
there
by
is
himself.
no one here to be like, it's okay, you're doing a good job. It's like it's just him.
No one you can share your triumphs or your failures with, and
Mhm.
under also this is
And
not some
then
guy in
when he
his
goes to
30s.
see the
He's in
people
his
that he knew, he
it's
can't say nothing to them.
he's in what he's in his late teens, early 20s. So
he's in his early 20s. He's supposed to be in his early 20s because
so
he's they're at MIT. They're technically at MIT. And that's the other thing that I'm trying to figure out. How did he get into MIT?
He can still exist as Peter Parker, but the people who knew him personally.
He can't. That's the thing. I don't think he's Peter Parker in the standpoint as far as Peter Parker, a science students, and all this other stuff that had all these accolades. All of that was stripped from him too. He's Peter Parker, but it's like
but the thing is, it's like any other school. He's so long as if he takes the test and can get in, maybe they overlook some things. I don't know. Maybe he went back and Strange let him at least have that part of his life. Where
I don't think that's how the spell works.
Well, we won't know until the movie comes out and you actually see it.
Because the end of that movie kind of made me question everything. You want to know the part that made me question everything? The fact that Venom came looking for him, and then as he was in the bar drinking, he forgot who he was. The symbiote forgot who Peter was.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's not good. He wiped everything. But even his villains have no clue who he is.
But no, because the Punisher knows him.
He knows Spider-Man, not
He knows
Peter.
Spider-Man. He doesn't know Peter. That's right. He doesn't know Peter. He knows Spider-Man.
That was the whole point of Venom showing up at the very end. It's like, yeah, we got to go find him, this, that, and the other. And then at the last minute, he forgot who Spider-Man was. He went from, we got to go find Peter to, it was like, oh, I heard something about this Spider-Man character. It's like, they forgot.
Yeah, but
it's like everybody forgot. The whole universe forgot.
Yeah, because he got what did he do? He got up and told everybody who Spider-Man was. He had to get rid of that, but that doesn't. While it wipes him from people knowing that he's Spider-Man, it doesn't necessarily mean that it wipes them from, except in the case of MJ and Ned and them, the ones who's closest to. But so long as he still has, because to apply for school, he's got to have paperwork and all of that. So he still got that. They just don't know he's Spider-Man.
Well, that's the reason why I said they have to explain that, because remember, he saved the recruiter. The recruiter knew he was Spider-Man.
What I'm saying
the recruiter knew who Peter Parker was.
What I'm saying, if that's been wiped away, but he still has all his transcripts, he's got all his paperwork and stuff, he can give that to them. They don't know he's Spider-Man, but they do know, oh, Peter Parker, great grades, he's passed all the
they would know Peter Parker. How come he was off our radar? That's the way I was looking at it. He's off our radar.
But still,
with his accolades and stuff, he would have been a top candidate. And then he could have came back and been like, okay, here's my stuff. It's like, how come you would never on our radar? Who the hell are you? Why are you such a mystery to us?
Even so, the fact is, okay, I was off them AFI's radar when I applied. Didn't mean that they didn't let me in. So because I had what they were looking for in regards to talent. So what I'm saying is he's got all his paperwork from school. He's got all the necessary paperwork. Yeah, he hasn't been on their radar, but he's got the grades. He's got all the paperwork. They can go and check at school and go, oh, yeah, he's got these grades. He's done this. He's done that. Yes, yes. And they can say, okay, for whatever reason, this kid was off our radar, but he can get into the school.
He has the credentials to get in. And that's what I'm not going to take from him. He has the credentials to get in.
Yes. So
but he had his in, the person that knew him, what?
He got wiped from. Great, fine. But he still had what he needed to get in.
Oh my goodness. Even Flash Thompson going to give him hell.
Yes, he will probably get a lot of help from a lot of people. It'll be interesting. And he's also going through some sort of metamorphosis situation on top of all of this. So he's got two things that he's battling. Plus, there's something going on with him and the Punisher, And it's like, and it's interesting because they've known each other for these two, the guy who plays the Punisher and
Barragol
they
knows.
know each other. They've known each other for years. So I guess since the first time he did the movie and the Punisher was in it, the first one Tom Holland was in, they've noticed. He's even said, "Oh, I know his kids. I know his we know each other's families and stuff." So at least he had people on. At least off screen, he had friends, because him and Zendaya got married. Yeah, they got married. And he signed a special prenup stating if he knocks her up, he's going to take time off from work and focus on getting her through that pregnancy. So it's not like he's going to leave her to it and just go on.
I don't see that happening here. But that trailer spoke a lot about the villain that he's going to face here.
But it's not. It's what I see as the villain or his adversary. And this isn't just the villain. It's in some ways it's aspects of the life that he should have had now being taken from him. Hello, Leia.
I don't think the thing about it is like I don't see it as a typical arch villain. I mean, it's something more.
But
because again, they taking like a lot of fun aspects of fantasy fights, because him versus Hulk in that one scene, and that's really is the Hulk that he fights. Now in the comic books, him and Hulk are kind of like mutual friends when it comes to fighting.
Yeah, they don't want each other.
Hulk, especially in the cartoon, is like Buckman can fight real well. He smash real well.
But I know
I don't know how they're going to do it in the live action.
Well, I know there's that scene where Peter does go because Banner is teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Banner has found a way to contain the Hulk, so he's now teaching, and Peter seeks him out and explains the situation to. So we do know he's gone to Banner, who probably doesn't remember him, even though he was in Endgame, because at the point of the first of those two movies, Peter was in space with Stark and Doctor Strange. So he
was in Civil War. He was in Civil War. He was in Civil War. He fought against Cap and all the other people too.
He's in Civil War, but they didn't know who.
They don't know he's Peter Parker though.
That's what I'm saying.
Know he was Peter Parker. Only Stark, Strange. I forgot who else was in space with him.
Stark is in space with him. Strange
was in space.
He and Stark go to save Strange, and they end up meeting with
I want to say it was either Nebula and somebody else. Nebula and Star-Lord.
Yeah, Star-Lord. Nebula is dead.
Remember? I thought it was Gamora was dead.
Gamora is dead. That's right. He ends up with Nebula and Star-Lord, and Mantis.
Right.
They end up.
Everybody remember to see it's like Mr. Stark. I don't feel too good
because it's Mantis when they're fighting him, and Star-Lord is Peter's asking where is she? He's asking where Gamora is, and Mantis is reading his mind. It's Mantis that reveals what happened to Gamora.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Nebula was at the start. Yeah.
She was with them at the end game but what I'm saying is the Hulk wouldn't have known him
as Peter. But he would never know as Peter.
They didn't interact until after Endgame.
After they reboot everything. After they went back in time.
That's when they all get connected. But before that, there's no way they'd have known each other, at least in that version of the Marvel universe.
Right, because again, Peter got taken up by the snap or the blip, as they called it.
And I guess they didn't tell Robert Downey Jr. exactly what was supposed to happen. So the tears are real because he wasn't expecting, you know, he wasn't expecting. And it's like, okay, I could see that because he's a father. He's reached that part in his life where he's a father. And, he's probably looking at this kid thinking, this could be my child. This could be one of my kids.
That was the cool thing about that whole scene. It's like, Mr. Stark, I feel a little bit funny.
I don't feel
Am
so
I
well.
dying? I don't want to die.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
I don't want to die, Mr. Stark. I'm like, what the? I'm like laughing. I was kind of laughing at that scene because it's kind of like one of those scenes. Like, yeah, it's like the stuff got real, but at the same time, it was like it got too real too quick, and Tony did not know what to make of it.
But I acted kind of like I'm reacted as a parent. It's like,
He reassured him that everything was going to be okay. That's the only thing that you could do because you have to understand. Peter's only 16 at this time.
Yeah. He's still
you
in high
took
school.
A 16-year-old and put him in a situation that most grown people could not handle.
Well, technically, Stark didn't put him in that situation. He told Peter to go home. And Peter followed him and got on board the ship. Stark said, it's over, go home now. Stark was going to go after, Stark was getting on that ship. He told Peter not to come. Peter then decided, screw that, I'm going. And by the time Stark finds out Peter's on the ship, it's too late. He can't send them back.
Actually, Peter saved Tony.
He does.
Because if Peter didn't disobey him, Tony would have been dead.
Yes. Except that wasn't in Tony didn't care about that as opposed to this is a 16-year-old kid. And if I survive this, how do I explain to his aunt that I brought about the death of her nephew?
Exactly.
He's also thinking, I got to go back and explain to this woman. Plus, how does he face his own people knowing that he let this boy die? I don't think if had things been different, I don't know if he could have gone back to Pepper and said, yeah, I let a 16-year-old boy die. I don't think he could have done that. I think the guilt
after the PTSD that he had in Iron Man 3, I don't think he could have.
Yeah, the PTSD after that, and I'm not sure if Pepper could have forgiven him that. I don't know if Happy or Pepper.
If he would have told him how it happened, she wouldn't.
She would have maybe they would have understood, but there would have still been some anger and heartache. There would have been some distance between them. So
yeah, because Pepper would have never became rescue by those type of actions.
And
that's still messed up. That's still kind of messed up here because they never did much with her becoming one of the few people that could put on a actual suit,
which was sad. I they give her like that 15 seconds in Endgame,
right? And that was to start her being rescued,
and we don't get the character rescued
at that point. Yeah,
so it's like, well, geez, and I was thinking, if they could have put her in the Riri series, the series of Riri, that would have even made, have her guest star there to say, you're not alone. I'm paying attention. Let me help you. Because I think that would have been a Pepper thing to do.
And they really didn't explain Marvel Cinematics Riri correctly.
No.
They never truly said that she acquired the armor from Tony Stark. They just said that she acquired diagrams and she built it. I was like, no, she took actual parts from him. She stole actual parts.
But I don't. What I got from that series is it was one of those things like I don't think they knew what they wanted to do with the character. They just wanted to be able to say, "See, we've got a series with a black character." But I don't think they put as much thought into it as they should have.
I think they did what they could for what they had because they wanted her to be a hero. But at the same time, they wrote Riri as what Riri was in the very beginning of the comic books. It just didn't work. It's like Riri was not really a narcissist in that same aspect like Tony.
No.
And that was the thing that I think threw everything off because Riri was not that way in the Black Panther series at all. She was just some student that was just trying to hide the fact that, yeah, I understand Tony Stark tech. I could actually build it. I knew this, and Wakanda came to her. It's like, hey, we'll help you out. We'll give you assistance with the technology and this, that, and the other if you can help us out with building X, Y, and Z. So it's kind of like a mutual thing. She was never the narcissist that they made the TV series like. Just like how I like the TV series Echo. Echo was perfect, but because it didn't match up to what they did in the comics, a lot of people just poo-pooed it. They up here like, Kingpin would have never gone down like that. It's like, you don't understand what just happened with Kingpin. You didn't understand the nature of what Echo had as far as her heritage was. As far as her Native American heritage was, as far as the religious aspect of it, and what happened with Kingpin at the very end.
Sometimes I believe this happens. I'm calling it the rings of power effect, because it's one of the main problems with the rings of power. When you want to say this is Tolkien, and then you do everything other than what he wrote. The only thing you keep is the name of people and places. But other than that, it's what you're actually putting on screen is like totally opposite. And you can say, well, okay, it's like, you know what? Screw that. Because if you read the Lays of Beleriand, Books of Lost Tale 1 and 2, the Silmarillion, there was enough information there. Okay, if Philippa Boyens can sit there and look at that one little paragraph or a couple of paragraphs about that Battle of Helm's Deep, the first Battle of Helm's Deep, and Helm Hammerhand, he's called, why it got called Helm's Deep, and what Helm Hammerhand did, and built a story that you sat there and watched and go, okay, yeah, that feels like it came from the Legendarian. She paid attention, as opposed to y'all just wanted to, it's like y'all might as well just called somebody who knows D&D and say, hey, can you write us a script based on, and then just change the names and the places, and then it would have been okay. You wouldn't have been able to use the name hobbits. You would have had to call them halflings or gnomes or something, because in D&D, halflings and gnomes are hobbits.
To a certain degree, yeah.
You can't, depending on the game you're playing, you can't use hobbit, but you can use halflings, you can use gnomes, things of that nature.
Because to a certain degree, you can't really say halfling to a certain degree because halflings also describe elves.
But
it's a certain type of elf though, but it does describe elves.
Half elf is what a lot of the newer games use. But what I'm saying is it's used in enough other instances outside of Tolkien that you can use it without having to run up, without having to run up against the Tolkien estate. There are things they could have done. They could have grabbed a couple of the older D&D modules and come up with something and built something around it and came up with something that made more sense. But to say, well, this is Middle Earth and it's Tolkien, it's like, no, it's not.
but that I don't feel like they truly did that with Echo. What they did was something better, but people wanted Daredevil type stuff, and it's just like, no, this has nothing to do with Daredevil because they set it up perfectly. This is one of his agents, one of Kingpin's agents that he raised like it was a
His
daughter,
daughter. Yeah.
and the fact that she eventually tried to take him out. And the thing about it, it's like he even says, like, you know what? I can't be upset with that. I told you to do that. I taught you to do that. I can't be upset about how I taught you. But the
You're
thing about the end that people got so upset about is like the one thing she did actually made him more of a ruthless villain at the very end of all of it. He no longer has his crutch. He no longer has the heartbreak of his childhood. She removed all of that pain from him before he could move on. That was the
thinking that it
whole
would make
reason
him.
why he got upset about what did you do to me, because he used that hurt and that pain from his childhood to be what he is today. So when he finally got back on the plane and was heading back to New York, they was asking him what his next move, and he looked at the political broadcast. It's like, you know what? I'm about to go ahead and run for mayor. Kingpin and Owen have never done that.
No, but she she thought she was healing him.
Mm-hmm.
If I take this pain, because I know so much of what drives you to do what you do and be the way that you are is this pain. So if I take that away from you, maybe that if I give you some healing and closure, then suddenly you don't, the thing that's been driving you is no longer there. Maybe you'll walk away from it. She didn't know that at this point, so much of what he's done has, yeah, you've taken away that pain and stuff, but he has already become so entrenched in doing what he does and the way he does it that there is no way he was going to walk away from it. If for no other point of the minute he'd got up and said, "Oh, I'm gonna walk away from all this," I'm gonna give my money to charity, I'm gonna walk away. That would have put such a big bullseye on his ass.
Well, that's what
Everybody
made
and
that
his
what made
mama
that what
would have,
made.
yeah, we'd have seen it. It'd have been an interesting series of, who's going to come after him this week.
But that what
But,
made Born Again kind of interesting to a certain degree.
when you think about how long Kingpin had been doing what he does, the way that he does it, not everybody makes that. Even it's like, okay, that's healed, but this is who I am. He's gone into it deep enough where, yeah, you can take that away. That's not going to change him from being, and it'll make him even, and it's as it has and had in the series, it made him just, it increased his anger because that was his last touch of humanity as far as he was concerned. That was
He
his
became his
touch of,
father in Born Again to a certain degree.
you
Because you
know,
have to look at what happened with Vanessa. Remember, Vanessa cheated on him with an artist. The artist disappeared.
mm-hmm.
Nobody knew where the artist was, not even Vanessa, until Wilson invited her to dinner, brought her to dinner to this one locale way off the grid.
It's gonna get ugly if you're sensitive. You might want to.
Well, I'm not going to get as graphic as what had happened. So it was off the grid. It was off the grid and everything. They was having a nice, somewhat nice dinner. He asked her about what was going on about her and about the whole infidelity and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. She admits it and all this other stuff, and then that's when he is like, "Oh, so you talk about," and reveal this guy who he has been beating the living dog stew out of each and every day.
I
And,
warned you.
and it was just like one of those moments. Now I'm not going to tell people how it ends, but let's just say that there was reconciliation between the two because of that. And it was like, okay. It wasn't like Vanessa was afraid of him. But it was like towards the tail end of Born Again is where we got to actually see the thing that the reason why Vanessa was so important. When Echo took away that pain from his childhood, Vanessa was his kind of his balance. As long as Vanessa loved Wilson for Wilson, he had his humanity.
Yeah.
He became like his father. He became more and more like his father because Echo took away that pain and suffering from where his childhood, the trauma about being a better man than his father, despite the fact that his father beat the dogs do out of both him and his mother. He promised not to be that way with Vanessa, and then when he lose Vanessa, all hell broke loose in in New York. After that, he had zero humanity left. He didn't care.
Yeah.
Wilson is not sloppy in his operations. He just became sloppy. He just didn't care. He's like, we'll do this the way that I do this. He didn't care he didn't care. He didn't care about keeping stuff concealed from the governor anymore. Everybody was turning against him. It's like, do something about it. I have what I have. I have what I have because of I know how to deal with this stuff. That's how much of a, if I could say, a crime lord that he was.
And understand, I never viewed him as anything other than a monster. So I have never felt, I've never viewed him as anything other than a monster. I've never felt for him because I've known people who've had people who cheated on them and didn't become monsters. I know people who had really horrific parents and didn't become monsters. So, it's like you make choices, and there needs to be response. You need to accept responsibility for the choices that you make. You made those choices. Oh
Mm-hmm.
well, you know.
And how Born Again ended, it kind of was like one of those things that is like, technically he walked away from it, but at the same time it was like him being in purgatory.
Well, considering where I think he should have went, purgatory was a gift.
Purgatory for him was a gift, considering the fact that they came and arrested Matt.
Yeah.
He should have got away the way he did, and Matt allowed it to happen. But the way that it ended up happening is that he's literally banished from New York. He can never go back to New York, never. But that's also makes me wonder why Marvel Cinemax messed everything so badly before they introduced other key characters. They never
Like,
introduced Tombstone. They never introduced Hammerhead.
when you have people who, again, yeah, Feige has made some good choices, but he hasn't made he does, but Feige isn't the only one making those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he'll get up, as I know many producers will do, and say, "Okay, this needs to get done. I'm gonna put you in charge of it," and not thinking necessary. It's like if you've got Feige writing you, yeah, you're going to make the decisions that keep you in line with the books. But if Feige said, because he's got 50 different other things he's trying to deal with at the same time, it's like now you've got more wiggle room because maybe he's not paying as much attention to you. And if you're not a fan of the comics, you've been given this IP, but maybe you don't care about comics or this particular comic, or you decided, well, I don't like the way this character has been done. I'm going to do something different. We see that in
Mm-hmm.
comics all the time. You see someone going, oh, this is how so-and-so did that character. Well, I don't like the way he did that character. I'm going to do this character my way. And people then are like, yeah, but that's not, at least he was a continuation of how he did it. There were things he did that made it his without having to wreck the character. Sometimes you have people who they're looking to make a mark, and they're not necessarily as concerned about the IP as they are about making a mark, standing out.
Right.
And
I
they
mean,
make decisions about how they want it to be their version of the character. They think, because not, and especially in some ways, this is why the Loki series was both a triumph and a failure, because Tom Hiddleston basically helped shape that series and work out. He sat down before they even started shooting and writing scripts. He sat down with all the key players and gave a presentation of how he saw this character, how he was from where he started and how he intended to finish. He had a very complete
and his journey is technically not over.
Yes, but you said what I'm saying. He
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do something that made the characters his without crapping on the material. And when you've got someone who can do that, you go, okay. Because I'm sure he sat down with Feige and said, you know what? I had this idea for Loki that because of who the character is regards to the mythology, because people forget Loki was the father of certain creatures and the mother of others. He was always switching from this to that, depending on the situation.
That what
And
made the
even
whole thing about what's her name, Hildy or whatever it is,
Hildy,
so important in that series, because they couldn't have done her any other way in continuity except in that series as a variant, because that version of Loki would have thrown everybody else off about how driven she was.
yeah. But even then, you had somebody with a very clear vision
Mm-hmm.
of how to go about this and make changes to make changes through. But in doing so, he also did things like, you also, when you see when they're making him relive his life, and he goes and they make him go back to where his mother is killed, and you see it just rip the shit out of him. Yeah, that's why we have TVMA. So just shut up. But you see it just rips him to shreds.
Well,
When
actually, he dealt with his emotion, because in the original, the second Thor movie, he never dealt with his mother's death.
No, he didn't. And this gave him, and that's something that Hiddleston had commented on in that meeting of, there are things that if we let him face the consequences of what he's done and actually process and deal with, he's in a position he can't run away. He can't, they've got him, he's trapped. He has to be, he can't find he's not fighting against anybody, he's being held. And he has to deal with it or totally implode. And he
not just held. He wasn't just held. He was beyond captured.
Yeah.
The ultimate trickster got ultimately tricked by somebody more intelligent than he was, and he was not going to let that happen.
But what I'm saying is, in that moment when he's having to face what his choices, because he's always been able to run away before anybody could catch him, even when he was in that cell, because he wasn't up there dealing with it. And then he kind of sort of glossed through what happened. It's like, yeah, you destroyed your room. Great. You were a teenager having a tantrum, but you didn't deal with it. And we saw that in that film.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime it came up, he would just get angry and do something else. So here we see he hasn't got a choice. He has to deal with it. He's either going to deal with it or he's going, he'll just implode. So, and Hiddleston wanted that because he said if he didn't deal with it, that eventual character arc would not make sense. It would not, because if you're going to give him an arc that he truly does become, because there's that saying that, even the villain is the hero of his own story.
Mm-hmm.
Loki truly becomes the hero of his story, but he does it in a way that also makes him heroic for others. It wouldn't be real if he didn't have to sit there and deal with the consequences and the reality of what his nature had brought him to do and how that affected the one person in all of creation that he loved beyond anything, that he had to accept. She's dead because of you, because you were in that cell and you told them where to go.
Mm-hmm.
You told them where to go. You directed them. Didn't matter that you didn't know. You directed them. You had a hand in that.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's dead. There's no resurrection for her. That body's been burnt. She's gone.
But it went beyond that. When I look at how Loki ended,
I love the way it ended. Like I said, that was a redemption arc to end the redemption arcs. I loved his story. By the end of him, I love that character. And you get to see, it isn't this 5-second change. You get to see it happen as he has to go through that. It was the hero's journey.
It was more than the hero's journey. The hero actually understood his destiny and he achieved it. That was the whole theme throughout the whole Loki series. It's like
So
you are this great power that's supposed to have this great destiny. However, throughout your whole entire life, you've been treated as a fuck up, a trickster. You're a shyster. It's like you always never going to reach the paramount of what you always dreamed. Because again, you had no idea what your true destiny was. I am
burdened.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say I am destined for. He said I am burdened.
Mm-hmm.
And Holland. I mean,
yeah, Hiddleston.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like she got Tom fever.
I got my Toms messed up. Sorry. Hiddleston is a Shakespearean actor. Mm-hmm. Royal Shakespeare theater actor. He understands English better than anybody. And so to say I am burdened with glorious purpose, at that point when we come to him, it's a burden, it's a pain, because he doesn't. Oh, shush!
No, she's making a play on the word.
I get it, but because it's like there is this purpose, but it's a burden to him. He knows he's meant for something better. He just doesn't know what that something is or how to go about accomplishing it. He doesn't. He can't. He has no idea where to start with this. That is one thing that the Time Authority gives him, is that chance to learn, to grow, to see, to understand, and to see beyond just his own wants and desires and needs. Because before that, it was about Loki. I'm in my brother's shadow. I'm in his shadow, and I'm burdened with glorious purpose.
And that's the reason why Sylvie was so important. She was so important because she was him.
Yeah, she was that cross-sex mirror of himself, and he and facing her and helping her, he helps himself and meeting other versions of himself. that helped Richard E. Grant as original comic book Loki. I
Hmm.
just love the hell out of him. And I've loved Richard E. Grant since Warlock.
Hmm.
Since I first saw him in Warlock, I have loved the hell out of that man. So to see him, and you could see he was enjoying it. It wasn't like, okay, it's a job. Let me come in, say my lines, go home, get out of this costume, go home and be done. You could see he was having fun with it. It's the thing I liked about the actors that they picked. And I always wondered if Hiddleston
I forgot
helped.
about that too. He was General Thrawn,
Yes.
the one admiral that you did not want to see from the Empire coming at you. You do not want to see Thrawn. Thrawn will have your ass real quick.
That's something that Grant has that Hiddleston has. It's something that there are a small number of American actors who can do it, but they can play both the hero and the villain, and you love them both ways. And like I said, I loved his depiction of classic Loki from the comics that I grew up with.
Hmm.
So I that just get, and the fact that he really threw himself in it, he had a lot of fun. I loved Kid Loki. I thought Kid Loki was really,
I
and I
still
was
get a
thinking,
laugh about the alligator Loki.
I
I was
love
like, oh, like
alligators.
they even brought the alligator. I was like, bravo,
And then
all
they and
cinematic, bravo.
as they were going down into the tunnel, they had Frog Thor in the jar. I don't know if you remember that, but as they were going into
I did not
yes,
know that. I did not know
yes.
that he was the Ninth Doctor in the animated version.
In the animated one, he was the Ninth Doctor. But I love the fact that they had the frog as they were going down into that bunker, and they're going down. There's a jar, and it's got Frog Thor in it. It's like, yes, and I'm thinking, because he really, and Hiddleston didn't know that much when he first got Loki, because it was like, oh, this is what you're doing. Branagh gave him what he needed. And as he grew into that role, he started because he's British and that's what they do. He started researching it for himself, because he's like, well, if
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna,
that was the name of the episode.
okay, the Scream of the Shalka. But it was, and like I said, those people who played those roles, I always wonder if Hiddleston sat in on those auditions and had the final word in who got chose, because the kid they got to play Kid Loki, I adored him. He plays and goes, yeah, I killed my brother. The way he plays it, it's like, oh, dude, this is so good. But we see what happens when you have somebody who is at the pinnacle of the show,
Hmm.
who cares about the material, who was going to take it in a different direction, but he cares enough about what he's doing so that you want to go on that ride with him.
And he
We've
didn't
been
break anything really. He really didn't break much of
No, he
anything.
didn't break anything, which is he did it in a way where he bent things, but that was what Loki was known for. Loki didn't break shit. He bent it. He maybe bent it all to hell, but he didn't break it. The one time he did break it, when he brought about the death of Balder, um, he paid for that.
Mhm.
He paid for that. So he learned, bend it, but don't break it. So so when you've got someone like that and he's putting together a team, that's one thing. But I've noticed though, since he did that, it seems like there was a clampdown of taking on actors, because I think as for as much as they were happy at the triumph of that series, they weren't happy with the fights, because I know Hiddleston must have fought them. There were things they may have wanted to do because they were simple, they were easy, it was the quick gag. And he said no. And his position, because he built that character throughout the MCU, he had enough clout where he could say, you can either do it the way we're going to do it, or you can go work somewhere else.
Mhm.
And I think after that, they started clamping down to not let actors have that level of power and control over their characters. And that could also be one of the reasons why RDJ just decided he was done. Maybe he wanted more power and control about how Stark was supposed to go, and maybe he just got tired of fighting.
Well, here's
You
the
know,
thing.
and I'm not saying that's for certain.
Our DJ did his homework. Hiddleston did his homework. Surprisingly enough, Stewart did his homework
Mhm.
when he went for Xavier.
Yeah, you had those. You had that
He has
small
certain
group of
characters that
actors.
did their homework and they didn't mess up the character. Even when they crossed over to other movies, they did not mess over the
Ryan
character.
Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds. I think if Ryan Reynolds had been given more leeway with Green Lantern, the movie would have gone differently. If
But
he had
again,
had the
if
leeway
Green
with
Lantern didn't
Green,
flop, we would have never they would
we
have
would
never
have
had
never
the
got.
classic Deadpool like they have
We wouldn't have
now.
got Deadpool. But and what I love is that realizing he was, there were probably times where he questioned something and was told just look pretty for the camera and say your lines,
Mhm.
and decided the next time I get in front of a camera, because remember he played that was his second run at Deadpool. The first time he played Deadpool was they did the Wolverine movie, and
Mhm.
he played the version of Deadpool where when they messed with him, they just closed over half his face so he couldn't
Mhm.
speak.
Mhm.
So he'd actually played a version of Deadpool that he knew should not have been the Deadpool that we knew. And I think when
Well,
he
he played the original comic book Deadpool, which was the more serious assassin spy that just didn't work. When they gave him the green light to bring back the character, he's like, "No, we're doing what everybody else like in the comic books, the more jokey, the off the wall, the over the top killer Deadpool."
which is good. He knew enough. He was a fan of those books, and he knew enough about the characters. And he was the one. They didn't come to him that time. He went to them. He
Hmm.
had a script. He had an idea. So he was the one that went to them and said, "Hey, I am so invested in this. You ain't got to pay me until we're done."
That's why I like the second one so much. Where it's like, "Yeah, we about to have X Force," and he pulled off the one thing that nobody else did. How the first X Force died in their first mission. I was like, this dude did his homework. He literally did his homework. It's like,
And
yeah, the first X Force died in the very first mission. And the X Force that we know in the comic books is really the second X Force that came about.
in fact, I will say, actors, if you ever see this, pay attention. Okay, take your headphones off. Forget about your makeup for about 5 seconds. Do your homework. Pay attention to the source material. Realize why the fans love it. Okay, and then you will make something and fight for it. Yeah, you're gonna piss people off, but when the box office receipts come in, when suddenly you're the number one rental on Fandango, Netflix, or whatever, believe me, they're gonna bend over and say, "Okay, what you want to do this time?" Because they know, okay, it worked because we made money. Yeah, he got on our nerves, but we made money. And to them, they're just looking at the spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. They're not paying attention to anything other than, and they don't know what came before because they are not creatives. So you have to fight for that character, but you can't fight for a character you don't know. You really can't. So you get invited to do a DC or a Marvel film, study up on that character. Go from when they first appeared on up so that when you walk in that room, you know what you're talking about. Okay? And maybe we'll start getting better. We'll get some better movies because what's happened when we get actors who are not as invested. And then marketing takes over and they start making decisions. And you end up with stuff like Rings of Power. But Amazon has
Going back
invested.
to Rings of Power,
Oh, I'm not gonna ever let that go.
I go back to what even better. We would not have gotten Wonder Woman 84.
Hello. Except The only thing about Wonder Woman 84 that I loved, and you know what I'm talking about, that part at the end that had me jump up and scream to the point that even now poor Courtney's ears ring.
Oh, it's just a matter of leverage. It was just a matter of leverage. That why. It's like,
It's just
how did you do that? Oh, it was just a matter of leverage. I was
leverage.
like, yay! But then again, I felt that she should have had a bigger part. She should have been the general that taught Diana. That to me would have been the perfect part for her. But for her to be the legendary warrior that wore the golden suit and she was still alive, I was like,
That at least
I can live with that. She's still alive. Diana could technically go to her and get some advice. Yeah, I like it.
and that's what I, because it's like, okay, you know what? That ending didn't suck. They stuck that landing. Even though they kind of flipped and flopped and didn't make all them jumps, they at least in that point they stuck the landing. And sometimes in the Olympics, there are people who walked away with gold because they simply stuck at the end they stuck the landing. Let's be honest about that.
I forgot who did it. Who won the gold medal in the floor exercises after falling twice? But the end of the routine was so flawless that they stuck the landing and they still ended up with gold.
Oh yeah, I've seen it in ice skating. There are no end of parts where it's like, okay, they should have did a triple, they did a double. Okay, that Salchow was not neat, but they stuck the landing. And that is, and because of that, the audience was with them.
Well, that's what the thing is. That was I thought it was always the opposite. It's like, yeah, the Salchow was a little bit sloppy. This, that, the other. They had to end strong. Instead of a double, they did a quadruple and they stuck the landing. I was like, the crowd saw it. They were so amazed that they did a quadruple. And that wins the event because nobody has ever attempted to do a quadruple and actually stuck the landing.
I didn't watch the last one, so that could have happened. But of the Olympics I've watched, nobody had done a quadruple. It's been a couple of Olympics since I paid that much attention.
I don't think I think the quadruple has never been stuck before.
The triple has
the
been.
The triple is hard to stick.
Yeah, the triple's hard, and that's what I'm saying. They missed two of the triples. They got the third, and they stuck the landing. And
I think wasn't Hamill that Dorothy Hamill was the first one to ever stick the triple. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, she was the first, and she was the first. I think American gymnast to win gold. Mm-hmm. We had Americans who won silver and bronze because the Russians were like all up everybody's butt, and she was the first one to get up and go, "Hey!" And then Mary Lou Retton was like, ha, 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 ha.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but it's like they're up here. It's like Mary Lou Retton is like came out of nowhere because why? They got the coach of Nadia Comaneci, who kind of had a little bit more relaxed aspect of everything, and he taught her. And what she go out there and do, she did it, and the one perfect 10 that most people remember, and I think we got guest reviewer. Yeah, I'm not going to be cranky. That's like it was technically canon because Matt Smith said I made a robot boyfriend once.
I didn't know there was anything wrong with that.
Okay. You missed the earlier part of the conversation. I'm glad you weren't here, sweetie. How are you doing?
This is Grayson's birthday, so she wanted to come on here and say hey to everybody.
Happy birthday,
sweetie. Happy birthday.
As a birthday gift, you have the rest of the month off, and you're going to have an easy assignment in August. Because I know you got a lot to do. So I'm going to make August really, really easy.
I get extra credit for August.
You know what you did. You know what you did.
Don't know what I did.
Yes, you do. That's why you got stuck with 2 instead of 1. Michael only had to do 1. You had to do 2 because you know what you did.
Don't look at me. I have no idea what you did. Only thing I know is like you did say something about assignment. You had to do 2, but that's it. But I don't know what you did to get the 2.
I do so much. I never know anymore.
I know you said something, but I don't know what was said that caused you to have 2.
Did you have fun on your birthday today, sweetie?
She's been having a birthday.
The day ain't over with yet. She still got some time.
She's been celebrating her birthday since last weekend. So yeah.
I gotta send you something special. Is there something you want me to draw something special for you? Really? Okay, you know what? Tell your mama and y'all send me a text about what you want, and then I will draw it, and I will as I go through, like I do with this is going to be a commission, so I'm going to treat you like a client. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go through the initial rough sketches and stuff, so you can tell me what you like, what you don't like, and then get it into more of a complete vision of what you want.
Greetings.
Guten Tag.
Wow, you're joining us late if you're in Germany.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really early in the morning.
Oh, okay. Are you here? Are you from Germany and you're here for FIFA, or are you actually back in Deutschland?
We'll find out.
We scared him off.
Okay. Like I said, we'll go through it. I will go through all the things with you, and we'll work out the sketches, and you can tell me what colors and things like that. And then when it's done,
he's in Deutschland.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I knew it was real early in the morning.
What part of Germany?
We'll talk about it in chat.
My father-in-law is in Ravensburg right now.
Ravensburg?
Mm-hmm.
Ravensburg. Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's how they pronounce it.
That's how we pronounce it in southern Germany, all right?
Southern Germany.
I love the color of your hair. I got to put the blue back in mine because it faded really fast. But I love that color on you, girly.
Yeah, big sister did it for her birthday yesterday.
Gave her raven hair.
And you read what I wrote, because I thought your circus pics and I wanted to run away and join your circus. Like, clown. We had a really fun assignment.
Yeah, how was everyone's evening going? Nobody said great since I wasn't here.
No, we didn't say great because we're up here dealing with air condition.
Yes,
and when we say air condition, we talk about air quality condition.
It is smoking in the Windy City. We got smoke coming from Canada and
Minnesota.
They're having forest fires in Canada, parts of Canada and Minnesota, and the winds from there are going westward. And us being closer by the lake, it looks like fogginess out here, and it smells horrible. You think they've been slaughtering hogs for the last week.
We rewatched Welcome to Derry last night for her birthday, and that sounds like the last episode of the season with all the fog and smoke. So
I wish it smelled like a campfire. Depending on what wood you use, some campfires are actually kind of lovely. But yeah, so we were talking about certain movies and series and what you get when you have actors who know how to drive a series because they've done their homework, and you have something good, and then you get crap like The Rings of Power.
Yeah. It's like you just kept it like that is her ultimate example.
Oh, yeah. I want to meet those dudes because I want to introduce them to what happens when you find out Gollum is a werewolf. It's like, oh baby, you do not know pain, but I'm about to introduce you to it. Skid Scoop. My all-time favorite series? Oh my goodness. Ooh, I really love I'm a classic Star Trek kid. I grew up with the original series. I love the Next Generation and Voyager and Deep Space Nine. I really love that series. Both the old and new Battlestar Galactica were series that I loved. Um, they had some great series back, but understand I am old enough to have babysat the Crypt Keeper. And Tales from the Crypt was a good series too. So
Well, that was the thing. I was wondering if he was talking about TV, movie, whatever. But since you started off with television, I'm kind of rediscovering Twilight Zone more so than anything else. And I'm really looking at Twilight Zone. It's like it was ahead of its time. It was kind of prophetic.
Yes.
In a lot of ways.
Serling,
in a lot of ways, it was prophetic.
Serling did things. I got to know Bradbury's writing because of Serling in a way, because they did that portion of I Sing the Body Electric. Okay.
No. We established that when she was in school, it was current events, not history.
Oh, wow. That's a low blow. Now that means that's triple. That's triple the work now.
Oh yeah, no.
That's triple the work.
Four. You got to do next month. You got to produce 4.
24 wasn't a bad series,
especially those first few seasons.
Mm-hmm.
My heart got broken when they killed Sean Astin.
Again,
when they killed Sean Astin, that broke my heart. And then Sean Astin went on to die in The Strain, which is also a favorite series of mine. What is the one that they did? ABC did the mini-series version of.
What, The Stand? No. Why do I always go to The Stand?
The Stand, yeah, because Ruby Dee was in it. Ruby Dee was in The Stand.
He died.
Like ABC. The first guy's like, oh yeah, they did an ABC miniseries. Like, it got to be The Stand, because that miniseries went on way longer than I thought it was going to be to do that Stephen King novel.
But it was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. In fact, it was Matt Frewer's first real role after Max Headroom, where people actually started taking him seriously as an actor.
As a villain.
As an actor.
He played a very good villain in that.
But what I'm saying is, before that, people weren't.
No, because he was niche. He was a niche actor at that point.
He'd done Max Headroom, and everybody was like, but after he was in The Stand, suddenly, because Rob Lowe was also in that point. Oh, please, he's a rat packer. Rob Lowe was on the tail end of the Brat Pack because he had done what is the one where they were at Mother's all the time, and I can't remember it right now. But he had been in Brat Pack films,
right?
And so and after that Brat Pack season was done, people were like, well, what are we going to do with these guys? And he was lucky because he had to beg for that role. They didn't want him in that role. And because he got that role, he then went on and got the NBC series. But then he got pissed because Martin Sheen's President proved the more popular character, The West Wing. He got The West Wing, which was supposed to be his series. That was supposed to be his series, but Martin Sheen's character proved far more popular. And he was like, well, I'm going to quit. And they were like, okay. A pretty boy. Martin Sheen got talent.
Yeah, I could understand why you would be a 24 addict if you went that far.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm just happy that they never made Prison Break into a comic book. I love that series even to this day.
John and I watched it for a short time because John liked the idea of it. And
The whole escape plan tattooed on his body, and
John,
nobody was the wiser.
Yes,
yeah, they
I'm
did
pretty
have
sure
the
it did.
tie-in video game, but luckily we didn't. He wasn't interested in that, so it's like I saved some money.
Grayson, what's your
John
favorite
is my
TV series?
youngest. John is my youngest.
Well, pick
But
one.
the thing that still makes me upset about Prison Break.
Uh-oh. Rant
Go ahead.
time.
No, it's not a rant.
Are you
Because if I
sure?
wanted to rant, I will talk about season 4.
Okay.
But this make me sad here. The
Oh.
made for DVD movie Final Break.
Oh.
The true ending of Prison Break.
By the time they got to that one, it's like, wait a minute, they got him out there okay. Why are we? I just got and said, okay, I'm done.
Well,
I'm sorry.
they cut season 4. This was technically the second half of season 4.
Okay.
Because the way that they did the season, Fox cut it, canceled it mid 3 episodes into season 4. So they sped up season 4 and they cut like a whole half of it. It was supposed to be 12 episodes. They made it 6.
Okay.
So this was the actual plot that they was going to have to do in 12. So they made this a made for DVD movie
rather than lose all.
And instead of using this as the end of the series. Yeah. So the end of season 4, they up here, it's like everything ended on a happy note, this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. You know, Michael and Sarah gets together, they have a son, da, 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 da. I was like, okay, fine. They wrapped it up in a nice bow, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, by the way, we're going to have a made for DVD movie called Final Break. And the news got out that Final Break was technically what was supposed to happen in the second half of season 4. So people went to go and see this. This makes sense. How they ended the television series does not. Because after it was all said and done, Michael and Lincoln gets cleared. What's his name? I can't even think of that one agent's name. Make certain that Michael and Lincoln get cleared. They got the rest of the people that was dealing with Michael's mom. Everything seemed to be okay until they got to Sarah. Sarah got arrested because technically she aided and abetted a felon.
Okay.
Which was Michael during that time. They did not know what they had on her, and when they arrested her, they took her to a woman's prison.
So they got to bring
shortly
her out.
After they arrested her, that's when Michael's condition got worse. He went from being okay to going back to terminal.
Yeah, so it's like, see, that was the part that was driving me crazy. It's like, when are you gonna die? It's like, oh, he was terminal. Oh, nope, he had a relapse. He's fine.
You know, no, like, but no, this overwrites a lot of the stuff that happened at the end. They never got married. This takes place just after episode 3, because they never got married. They never had the happy ending and all this other stuff. It takes off right after they finally get their paperwork. Lincoln and Michael get their paperwork. They're finally cleared of everything. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the police come and they get Sarah. And they were up there like, why are you arresting her? Oh, she's a fugitive. It's like, what do you mean she's a fugitive? They still want her because she helped you escape. She's still going to be charged with
aiding and abetting,
all this other stuff. And that's when they was up here trying to find old dude from the agency to see what they can do. They couldn't get in contact with him right away, and then it would have took them forever, this, that, and the other. And then that's when Michael had his relapse and he became terminal again. and he was looking at the medical records and everything. It was like, yeah, the operation that he had, that his mother had to save her life, it didn't work on him. Knowing good and well that Sarah was still having his baby, is like, no, I don't want my baby to be born in
a
prison and this, that, and the other. So he plans the one last prison break. That's the reason why it was called Final Break. Yep. 24-hour challenge, the whole thing about each episode was one day. What a person could do in one day, it was amazing.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get
now, so did they make a lady prison break as a spinoff for this?
No. That's what Final Break was. It wasn't a lady prison break. Michael planned to break Sarah out of this women's prison, but he had to do it in such a way that he had to remain undercover. So he was sending Sarah messages and stuff in prison and got other prisoners involved to set everything up, to line everything up, just for him to come in, to just literally walk in, grab her, and walk out with her. Oh. So everything went to plan except for one thing. He miscalculated this one aspect here, which put them in between a rock and a hard place. There was not enough electricity to allow this one door to open for them to both escape. So for them to get out, one of them had to stay back to be almost like a living circuit for the other one to leave.
And he made the sacrifice.
Because he was already terminal, and he hasn't told Sarah that he was terminal
again.
He decides, like, no, you need to escape with our son. I will stay back. This, that, and the other, yada, 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 yada. And it's like, no, Michael, it's like, it's like, no, it's not worth it. This, that, and the other. Everything is okay. You get out of here, because you know of a different way to get out of it. It's like both of us can't escape. They want me. I accept my fate. This, that, and the other. It's like, no, you escape. Blah, 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 blah. He goes ahead, does what he needs to do. Doors open. She leaves. He dies in the prison. So the guards and stuff finally gets to where they was at. They see him dead. She's gone. So it ends with her leaving. She's somewhere in, like, some distant island and everything. And that's when she was reading the letters that he left for her. Okay. And that's when she realized, it's like, even if they did escape together,
he wasn't
going to survive anyway.
Nah, man. Just hook the baby up to the terminal and just leave. It would have been all right.
No, but that's the thing. It's like she made certain that their son lived the best life that he could. He planned everything. He left her enough money to live off of, another identity to live off of, and everything.
The laughter in the background, Grayson, is my oldest. He's on his computer. He just happens to laugh at inappropriate points in our discussion. So that's
the reason why Final Break to me was so important. It's not like season 4.
Hold on, so I gotta go.
Every time I talk about Prison Break, I always tell people to get this. This is the true ending to Prison Break.
What do you like watching right now, then? Well,
that plus I also like the Captain Cold Flash.
Humidity and the heat.
Grayson doesn't have a favorite series, but she's obsessed with Welcome to Derry and Devil May Cry right now.
I haven't watched Welcome to Derry. But then again, I'm not a big whatchamacallit, Stranger Things.
Stephen King.
Yeah, Stephen King.
Yeah, I was supposed to say Welcome to Derry is Stephen King.
That's the It series, right?
The It series. It's good.
That's the It series.
It took me a few minutes to get into it because I remember
yes, it
1990, was the 1990 TV movie It. And the show series was based off the remake movies. So it was a different timeline.
Because Sarsgaard was the he was the Pennywise in the remake movie, and it's like, no, sorry, I've met Mr. Curry. He is my Pennywise. I'm sorry, that's my only Pennywise. He will forever be my Pennywise. Even in death, if I have to resurrect him, he gonna be my Pennywise. If I resurrect him, I will take
you can have him as Pennywise. Tim Curry will forever be my butler. You know why? Because he was the butler in Clue.
He was also the demon in
Legend.
He was the demon in Legend.
Yep.
The only Legend I didn't like was Tom Cruise. I could have done without Tom Cruise. The rest of it I loved.
Hey, if it was not for Legend, Tom Cruise would not have become Scientology Jesus. So.
Yeah, give him that look one more time. Give him that look one more time.
I don't really have a favorite series I can think of off the top of my head, but the one that came to my mind was I really, really enjoyed Orphan Black. If you've ever watched that.
I have not watched it all the way through. But I do have. They did. Somebody got the footage of the dance scene. I love that. I have a specific playlist that's in, and every once in a while, when I feel the need to lift my spirits, I put that on. Either that, or it's Watch Helsing Ultimate Abridged, which is also a great series, but it's a parody of Helsing Ultimate. No, sweetie, you're not old enough to watch that, so don't even.
No, you're not.
No, you're not old enough.
I didn't care for Lost.
I never got into Lost.
I didn't care for Lost because the mystery was so flawed. It just
they drowned Mary, and I just
that was
lost
not J.J. Abrams' best work by no means.
I much preferred Heroes to Lost, but then Heroes ended on such it was like the ending of Heroes was such a non-ending. And you realize, okay, he's done with Heroes. He really wants to get into Lost. He's only still on, he's only still doing Heroes because he's got that contract. He's got to get through. And you could tell the way he was going through Heroes at the end of final season, he really didn't want to be there. He was too in love with Lost at that point. You could feel the energy. So when she falls off the Ferris wheel or whatever, it's kind of like, okay, are we done now? Thank you. I'll go find something else. Yeah.
Jar Jar Abrams.
I never got into Heroes or Lost, so that's
I got into Heroes, and I will admit, Hito was what got me in there. Him and horn rimmed glasses.
Well,
him and horn rimmed glasses, because it was always the question of, okay, when is the family gonna learn just who this guy is? I had to remember we're not alone, and I curbed it. I stepped back at the right time and didn't.
You were a
terrible Spidey guy.
Now the only thing I know about Heroes is it completely changed the trajectory of Doctor Who. That's all I know about it.
Well, the first bit, save the cheerleaders, save the world. But then once they got through that part and they started making changes and stuff, it just it was like you could see Abrams is really good at starting, and he's really good at those WTF moments. But and I see it now. His abilities, he's only barely grown where he can put enough of those together to make a compelling story, where at least you're willing to go, okay, the end was all right. But that was the thing I noticed about both Lost and Heroes. He put a lot of WTF moments together. And he had enough of a team around him to kind of build the story around that. But one of the things that both series suffered is he couldn't, as we were discussing, he could not stick the landing.
Right.
He
I
couldn't
was about to
stick
get
the
ready to
land.
say something to that point here because with Heroes, I hated it when it was like save the cheerleader, save the world. I couldn't stand it. I refused to watch it, and then other people got me back watching it afterwards.
When it was in the
Especially
carnival
when
crap.
the ultimate villain became more of a hero, dealing with Siler.
Yeah.
And that story arc got me back into Heroes and making me want to watch it because of the simple fact that it's like, oh, now we get character growth. It's not, oh, I gotta do all this stuff to gain all this power. It's like, no, he's now growing as a character. I was
He's
like,
now realizing it's not necessary. That was the one good thing that came out of that was you got to see that character arc.
mm-hmm,
But and I love, like I said, I love Hito. Here is this young man, spoke Japanese,
mm-hmm.
suddenly realizes he's got those powers and he wants to do good in the world. He is trying to do good in the world. And he's got this one friend who's just trying to make sure he doesn't get dead. It's like, I'm just trying to keep you alive. But you had these, and they were, for the most part, in many ways, the sort of emotional glue for those first couple of seasons. They kind of,
The thesis that I hated.
he was what was supposed to be the comic relief of the series. They were more the sort of emotional glue. They
Mm-hmm.
were because they were characters you cared about. You didn't want to see him
Pull of
get
the
hurt,
heartstrings.
especially
Pull of
since
the
the one,
heartstrings. You
especially
did not
since
want
his
to see
best
them
friend.
fail. You're pulling on their heartstrings. Like, this is
I'm a
bad
mom.
capes and tights writing.
I'm a mom. Okay,
No,
I'm a
but it was
mom.
bad capes and types writing. No, I'm sorry.
But it was one of the, like I said, after they killed Mary,
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't with Lost anymore. It was just getting, and it was, there were too many questions that were never answered. There were too many things that, there were too many WTFs that never made sense. They just sort of things that this sort of just came out of left field, and they were not resolved in the way where I was satisfied. Plus, the two black guys, they wrote them out of the ending. And he then got up and said, well, the kid is he's a big dude now. It's like, you could have still put him in the ending. There are things you could have done. You could have put him in that ending. You chose not to. Two guys who were part of the heart and soul of that series. This man just trying to take care of his son, thrown in this situation. He's trying to keep his boy alive. And then you just kind of write them out. And then your BS excuses, well, he got tall. Please.
Now, even though there may be some part to it being because of Rumi from that movie that will not be named, Elaine.
Done. I the one who told your daddy about that movie. I'm the one who told him.
I'm going to take some heat off of you, Chris. I still have not watched that movie, and I still would never watch it.
Her hair is mainly because she's getting to be a big girl, and she's entered that hot topic phase of her life.
I got my goddaughter a K-pop Demon Hunters poster. Yeah, but yeah, I told your dad about that movie. I was the one that suggested that was something y'all might want to watch together. You have me to thank. I feel like I've got a good thing. She's clapping. She's happy. That's a happy smile. Don't you? I got Micah in chat.
I've got her in the living room.
Let me pull her in chat. You want me to pull out my phone and get chatting with her?
I can't get in any more trouble than I already am, so it doesn't really matter at this point. I don't know.
That's the one mentality I don't understand. It's like after 6 feet deep in a hole, it doesn't matter anymore. The temperature just only gets hotter and hotter and hotter. It just is what it is. Yep, her smile tells the truth. Yep, it does. Because it's
I love
already it
her.
goes.
She got the best smile ever.
That is the truth. He does it. He does
For
it.
real.
I don't know. I
I'm
always
gonna
saw
tell you
J.J.
though,
Abrams.
when you get ready to date, you better we gonna have to video chat on Messenger. I need to look them over. Okay, they don't meet my they don't pass muster. I will walk to where they live and kill their dog.
See, again, you haven't learned your lesson. You don't leave video evidence. I keep telling you, don't say what you're going to do. That's video evidence.
That took a dark turn. It started off protecting you, then it became kill the dog. That's wow.
Yep, exactly. Boots to head.
Fine, I will turn them into gumbo. That make you happy?
That's better. You
And
know.
feed it to their parents.
I mean, that's what we have. That's what we have kids for those lean times when meat's expensive. So it's...
No, you cannot eat her.
Well, wow.
Cannot eat her. Don't even say things like that.
No, the only thing I picture is good old fashioned Al Bundy. Oh, you dating such and such here, huh? Let me holler at you. Wham! Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's like the only thing I want to do is have a nice conversation and just knocking them into
They'd be like,
doors, knocking
"Hi,
them to
I'm Grayson's Auntie Wu. How you doing? Let me give you a hug." Crap. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that your kneecap? Ooh,
emergency force foods.
Well,
you are not eating my beanie. Do not
out
touch
of
my lils or beanie. Do not even think about it.
if you
Don't
locked
make me
all
come
the,
to New York.
in all seriousness, if you locked all of the sitcom dads in the room together and they had to fight, Ed O'Neill's the one walking out of it. He's a scary dude.
Especially after what happened at the nudie bar. It's like, but Dad, what do you do after your money gets after you run out of money? And it's boring. Oh, you pretty much do this. Random violence out of nowhere. Get into a bar fight. Come back home.
But yeah, no. Ed's like a second or third degree black belt Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
In real life, yeah. In real life. He's a scary dude.
I've watched videos of him competing, and at 800 years old, he's still scary. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I just got to get me some brass knuckles.
Yeah. Yeah. Those characters would, but still.
Yeah.
When I think about Ed O'Neill, I think about Ed O'Neill from In Living Color and the Dirty Dozens. You'll be laughing. You know exactly the skits that I'm talking about. the Tournament of Champions for the Dirty Dozens, where he was the reigning champion.
Yeah. Good night.
Not a problem here. Enjoy your slumber here. I hope that you have a good night's rest here. Hinder Dan Panels.
And hey, every Thursday, this is where you find us.
Yep. Oh, your mom is so steak. No, I'm not going to go into it. Even though with TVMA, we do have guests here. We got young guests.
We have a child. Okay?
I'm not going to go into the dozens.
Both of these children cuss like sailors. I can't stop it. So
no.
There is an art form to the dozens, and it serves a purpose. It is a fun little, if I could say, comedic game to it, but at the same time, it's not for everybody.
Now, because these are all of her little friends are homeschooled kids, and they're from this generation, I feel like it's my personal mission in life to help them with toughening their skin up, since they don't have like checking them at school. I drop the young mama and you so fat jokes on them. So I'm preparing them for the world. You know, like I told one little girl, her mama's so big that she put her belt on with a boomerang.
6. 6. Your assignment just went to 6.
See, you notice
Okay.
how close I go to that edge and then stop. Oh, book time. Yay.
Yes. Sweetie darling, this is going to be for you once I do the review for the thingy in January. This is going to be for you. It's called The Last Kids on Earth. It's a I'm not doing the full review here.
No, you're not doing a full review, but you're showing her a book.
Yes, I'm showing Grayson the book. This is going to be yours. It's going to be a late Christmas gift, which is why I'm telling you about it now. It's a graphic novel, and it's a zombie apocalypse, but it's from the point of view of these kids that are surviving it.
See, y'all got the chat started. I'm sorry, I got the chat started here.
You didn't.
Grayson, what you've been reading Metal, right? Yeah, Grayson's been reading DC's Metal books lately.
In fact,
okay.
I should give Grayson my comic book collection.
No.
I'm
going to give. It's not just a no. I'm giving you a thunder. No.
The main books. I don't have those books anymore. You know what we're talking about? Mage. I got Calvin and Hobbes. I got
those books. I thought you was talking about the cat that you just got and the Spider Womans and all the stuff from your childhood.
Well, when I'm dead, what am I supposed to do with them?
Be buried with them.
Make your 2 boys over there build a shrine to your greatness.
Right. No, I would rather they go to someone who's going to appreciate them, and then when she's ready for college and I's rotting in the grave, she can pay tuition. Okay, that's why it's called an inheritance. Okay.
Do you have any comments you'd like to make on what
and I have some
highlighter on? Exactly.
You don't want to go to college?
No. I was asking her if she wanted to say anything about the books she's been reading, and she doesn't want to. Who's your favorite of the Dark Knights? Well, tell them, not me. Her favorite one of the evil Batman from the Dark Multiverse is who? Huh?
The Bat King.
The Bat King? I thought you said the Robin King.
The Robin King.
The Robin King, which is baby Bruce Wayne when he was evil. So.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Dick Grayson when he was just, putting him out like a booty boy for the women.
No, it's the version of Bruce Wayne out in the multiverse who was born psychotic, and he's the one who actually shot his parents.
Yeah. Okay,
and
I haven't seen that.
Blamed it on the mugger and spent the rest of his life building the ultimate utility belts. So when he was like 9 years old, he killed every metahuman on Earth.
Okay, this will make your daddy happy, Grayson. I'm so old. They used to do Superman as cave drawings. See, gotcha.
Miss Elaine was on there one night, and she showed us what Jesus wrote in her yearbook.
Dang. Why did I start that? Why did I have to mention about Ed O'Neill and the Dirty Dozens? Why?
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Why? That's my fault. That's my fault. I should have never mentioned Ed O'Neill.
Something else really good to watch, and I'm gonna tell you about it in our private chat, and you can watch it at least 10 or 15 times. If I have to sponsor it, just to drive him crazy.
You should watch Sky Sharks. That's what you should watch.
The logo meant nothing.
Because there was that hurt. That just hurt.
You want to go call your friends now? Okay.
No, I want to hear. Shimon.
Okay. All right, I'm just making sure.
I'm her teacher.
She started writing her own little fan fiction. She's been working on this week, so she wants to go write on it.
Can I see it when you're done?
Fan fiction of what? What is the topic?
The Amazing Digital Circus.
Oh, my oldest loves that series. He
Mhm.
went to see the last couple of episodes. They showed him in the movie theater, and he went to see it. He loves that show. Hold on,
Yep.
hold on.
Yep. Her little homeschool group all went and they all dressed up as characters from it and cried.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was something. Yeah. But yeah, she's been working on that this week. You gonna go back to work on it?
I could tell that boy, flesh-eating zombies just broke in the house and were chewing poor Courtney's legs off, and he's just like, you know.
Well, I mean, by the time you get to that point, what does it really matter? You know, they're in the house. Might as well.
No. I
I
got
just,
Stabby Stabby.
I just cannot imagine Lane turning into Stan from South Park. You killed Courtney, you bastard! It's like Courtney's in trouble. Go help her. You just killed Courtney, you bastard!
It's like, stop. I got meat cleavers and also maybe I'll send those to her when I croak out too. Or did you want the meat cleavers and stuff, Courtney?
Yeah, don't turn into don't turn into Carol Danvers all of a sudden on us here. You have to take care of your number one first. Your number one protege, Courtney first.
She's not sure if she wants my meat cleavers. I got a nice big meat cleaver. I got these great knives. You can take all the meat off the bones with them, really clean cuts. Why do you think I'm single?
No, I just up here.
I date somebody's like, here, come here, come see my kitchen. And I open that drawer and I show them all my lovely sharp things and explain what you can do and how you can skin a pig without making it bleed. And I'm not dating anymore.
But the thing about it is that, like you said, you are an expert in that, and you still training Courtney in the ways of that at that magnitude. And then now you got the younger ones, and just like I said before, you cannot be a Carol Danvers and treat Courtney like Monica, and just left her on the wayside. And then all of a sudden, here comes your Kamala Khan, and all of a sudden it's like Kamala Khan is just worship you, like, hey, yeah. It's like, no, treat them both right.
But Lane, I feel you on being single. I bring a date over here and they meet Micah and that's it.
You got a wife. Of course, now I like me some Micah. So
you know how hard it is to date in that situation?
Well, I mean, would the girls be okay with two mommies? We can, you can.
And folks, that is the reason why we don't need another sitcom right around here, because this is one in front of us. Mm-hmm. This is why this young one right here calls me the cranky old uncle. I was like, just sitting here, just like, yeah. It's another thing I had to clean up.
Micah's a hottie. You wouldn't need to. Why would you need? Micah's a hottie. Come on now.
She just gave me the finger.
She's not giving you the finger.
She did. She just walked by and gave me the finger and went to the bedroom.
What did you say?
You heard what I said.
That's why she gave you the finger.
Yeah. Can you believe it? Jeez.
See, it's just like being an episode of Bewitched here. You got Elaine being Serena, good old Cliff being Darren, and I gotta be good old Uncle Arthur.
I am an amalgam of both Serena and Endora. I am Sindora.
That makes you Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
You're gonna be sleeping on your G.I. Joe aircraft.
And if I had one, I would.
The latest G.I. Joe cartoon was really crap.
What?
The latest G.I. Joe cartoon was really crap.
The
it was
AI
just,
generated PSAs,
oh, it was
the
just, it
so-called
was,
car editions that really ruins Flint to the nth degree.
I just, it broke my heart.
But I
It
will
broke
say,
my heart.
No, the one
as
that
for
broke my heart was the PSA that they did with Roadblock. That one broke my heart because
Wait
they
a minute.
got real ghetto with it. Really, really ghetto with it.
They're going to reboot G.I. Joe movies?
The movie friend, yeah. I think the live action movies, not the animated one.
Oh,
I,
no.
I like if they redo the animated one, I will be so pissed off.
I had fun with the live action ones. It's the only thing I got to see one of those in Living Color brothers in that I didn't hate.
I didn't
Yes,
like the
Marlon
G.I.
Wayans
Joe
as Ripcord was phenomenal.
He was fun. He made the
He
movie fun.
the trust me.
He
Channing
had
Tatum
to
as Duke
learn
was a
Gaelic
mistake.
on the. He
Channing
had to
Tatum
learn
as Duke is a
Gaelic on the
mistake, but
fly.
but Marlon Wayans as Ripcord was perfect.
Do you know how
Marlon
hard
Wayans as
Gaelic
Ripcord
is?
was perfect. That was a perfect
Gaelic
casting.
is hard. I know because I speak a little Gaelic. Gaelic ain't easy. And he had to learn it for that film because he had to speak Gaelic to the damn train. Close your ears, sweetie. Close your ears for a second. Thank you. He had to speak Gaelic to the damn plane to make it function correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I don't know about if he would have been a better Duke here, but that's just the way that they wrote that movie. It was just they had some major flaws, but the fact that they never brought Marlon back to play Ripcord again was pissing me off. And then they go and get Dwayne Johnson to play Roadblock, and I was like, okay, it was fine and dandy, but it didn't work. What kind of worked was the whole thing about how Storm Shadow came in and they did the whole side story with Heartmaster, with Snake Eyes and him and Heartmaster. I was like, oh, this gets interesting a little bit, but it fell. I mean, this is like the first time that we actually get Firefly and Zartan in the G.I. Joe franchise, the movie franchise, and they just blew it all together. The whole
I
ninja
really
stuff made more sense than the Cobra stuff.
I really
Eccleston tends
miss
to be
how they
good in
did.
just about everything he does.
Mhm.
If they had it was, let's just say he was when they decided to reboot Doctor Who, choosing Eccleston
Mhm.
as number 9 was a great choice.
Mhm.
You know, that was a great choice to choose Eccleston for that role because he's just really good. When the stuff that you're meant to hate him, you really hate him, but you love hating him. And the stuff you're meant to love him in, the stuff that you hated him in, you don't care about, you just love it.
Oh, another thing that I hate about the first G.I. Joe movie, they should have never made Cover Girl AA. Cover Girl has always been a Wolverine tank driver. She was a tank driver, for Pete's sake. She was a warrior, not some girl that sits on the right hand side of General Hawk taking notes.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
I did not like that they seemed to just drop the whole storyline in the comic book. Zartan was the faceless master from Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes' Ninja Clan, because they did a whole story arc with it for a little while. No, it was Firefly that was the faceless master.
Right.
They did a storyline with it.
Firefly was supposed to be in Soft Master. Yeah, Soft Master and Hard Master. It's like, how all of a sudden he's Soft Master? That doesn't make any sense.
And they just dropped it. And I liked it because I was like, that's kind of neat. Because, Firefly was always just like a background character that you knew could do some stuff, but didn't know too much about.
Here's a question. Am I the only one looking forward to the next Mummy film?
With Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
Wait, they bring him back? They're bringing back
that whole crew.
Oh, now I'm interested again.
They're bringing back that whole crew. They're bringing him.
Interested again. I thought the crew was not coming back. It's like, oh, they just
no.
make some money. It's like, oh, I don't got to care
They
less.
are bringing back that whole crew.
Now I'm interested. Now you got my attention. Now I'm looking forward to it. Before I was like, yeah, I could care less about a mummy movie.
No. He's working on losing weight. He's actually dropped quite a few pounds. They are bringing back Chicky, that was the original Edie, and her brother. the guy who played the mummy and Anaxunamun or Imhotep or
Are they bringing
Moxunamun.
back the guy that played like the caretaker, the caretaker, the Evie's caretaker and stuff like that? The guy that was like a butler type for them.
I hope. But
I'm
no,
not
the real
sure.
question: are they bringing back the Scorpion King?
No,
No.
no,
Nobody
no.
liked Dwayne Johnson as the Scorpion King. Okay, so they're not making that mistake.
They're not making that
bringing
mistake
back-
again,
they are-
and nor are they bringing back Scorpion King ever in his own movie.
Yes.
Right.
There are certain things, as I have said before, there are certain things certain actors should learn to say no to. And I get it. He was trying to build a career beyond being The Rock and wrestling, but you need to have smarter representation.
Yeah, he should
And
never
people-
been Scorpion King, but he should stick with the Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy was really good.
That was a funny, it was a good funny
and
movie.
kids loved him in the Tooth Fairy. But
Which one do you?
Game plan.
Yeah, he likes the game plan.
That one was interesting too. About the child that he never knew that he had ever had.
He's one of those actors who has proven he does well with kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
I like this Witch Mountain movie too. Escape from Witch Mountain too.
that he did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he's one of those actors who should realize what his parameters are. There are certain actors, like we said, Tom Hiddleston, whatnot. There are guys who can do just about anything, and you will follow them on that ride and thank them for every bump and bruise. Then there are some guys who it's like, baby, this is your lane. You stay in that lane, I'm with you. You switch a centimeter to the left or the right, I'm gonna leave you at the nearest intersection and go demand my popcorn money back.
Well, Dwayne Johnson also did. Was it the Jungle Cruise?
No, he also did The Rundown.
He did one where he was a boat captain, where it was like it was Jungle Cruise. He was taking them down the Amazon to find the Aztec versions of Jack Sparrow's people.
That movie, you talk about that movie. I thought you were talking about The Rundown, because remember he was a wannabe chef that was also that was also kind of like a mercenary who always go out and bring people back, and he got that one mission to go into the jungle to bring this one guy back. And
yeah, now he also, I will say, an underrated movie of his that don't talk a lot about was Walking Tall. The remake of Walking Tall.
I heard he was really good in that, and I'm surprised that they didn't run with that more. You know,
it was
but
really
you know
good.
What's good? Go watch Jack Black's the Snake movie, Anaconda. Jack Black's version of Anaconda. Yes. Jack Black's version of Anaconda. Yes.
I will watch Piranaconda before I watch anything with Jack Black in it.
No. Anaconda. I was surprised. I did not.
Wait.
Had to
please tell me that you did
not
not say that.
To enjoy it, and
please
I enjoyed it. There were things that popped up in that movie. I was like, "Oh yes, thank you." Well, okay, yeah, I'm with that.
Jack Black is best in small doses.
I gotta ask my son how to show me how to host a movie night.
There's two movies that I would disagree with when it comes to Jack Black.
Is good in small doses, and after 1999, those small doses wore out, and now he's just that funny fat guy that needs to go home.
No, there's two movies that I disagree with, and one is more recent. One is a very recent movie. The other one not so
Mario movie where I didn't have to look at him.
Minecraft.
That's one was the Super Mario Brothers movie, and then what I consider one of his most underrated ones that was not critically acclaimed was Nacho Libre.
Oh yeah, the one he's the luchador. He's the wrestler.
He was in Shark Tale.
Anaconda is good, and it's
Grayson
funny.
said he was in Shark Tale, which is one with the animated.
Yeah, he did
Will
one.
Smith.
He was in Shark Tale too.
Actor for Shark Tale too.
Yeah. Any movie where I don't have to look at him, I'm okay with it. But when I have to look at him, I don't.
So
I will watch
you would hate
Veronica.
things like School of Rock, where he was somewhat decent. He wasn't as jokey, but he was somewhat decent. That was the critically
like
acclaimed
him
movie
in the-
that was his breakout role.
I liked him in the Naomi Watts remake of King Kong, where he was the slimy movie
That was
producer guy.
fun. That was
And then
fun.
I like it because he got stepped on though.
Grayson, I'm sorry. Your daddy likes to kill people.
Oh, I know.
Well, no, see, part of it is trauma because I used to have a training partner that I used to hang out with, and he
Jack Black
loved
stepped on him.
Jack Black's band, the Tenacious D,
And
I had to listen to that BS all the time.
Okay, here's the question. What would you rather hear? Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, or dun dun dun?
Oh man, I'll take K-pop Demon Hunter any day of the week over Tenacious D. Any day of the damn week. Why? Because it's Korean pop and that's kind of cool, and it's got demons in it, and the other's got Jack Black in it.
And it's got the kitty cat.
Yes, it does have the kitty cat.
It has the Mr. Well, he's not kitty cat, he's a tiger.
But no, it's got the like 8-headed crow in it, which is even better though.
Well, he doesn't have 8 heads. He's got 6 eyes.
Oh, yeah, 6 eyes.
He had 6
He's not
eyes.
Jack Black.
You gotta know your mythic creatures. You need to learn your Asian mythic creatures.
Listen to Anthony, you'll get it right. Get it right.
Very good. Very
I cannot
good.
wait till you're old enough for me to introduce you to Vampire Hunter D and Arcane, and I can't wait for
her to get old enough to introduce her to Wicked City
and Castlevania. And
she has to get old enough where she can be introduced to Wicked City.
Oh, that's the one with what's his name?
Giuseppe Maillard.
No, okay, that's
the whole thing about.
I'm gonna stick Micah on you, Joe. What, Micah?
You don't deserve that. No.
Joe wants to have Grayson watch Wicked City
When she gets old enough.
No, not Wicked.
When she gets
you
old
know
enough.
what I
You
want
remember
you
the
to
one
see?
we watched that had the
Dreams.
first scene had the lady with the spider in her hoo-ha? Wicked City.
Yes.
City of Dreams. That's the one I'm thinking of. It's City of Dreams.
You have to get old enough to get to that, because that is a deeper story with the big twist at the very end.
I want to introduce her to the
world
Monty
and the human
Python.
world. But there's a lot of things that she can't. She's too young to see.
Yeah,
I would not dare let anybody up under the age of 18 in Wicked City.
I think Penelope would be more into Monty Python than Grayson would, if I'm being honest about it. Though.
Okay.
Monty Python seems more up Penelope's alley.
Okay.
Really? She's
Holy Hand Grenade and Evil Rabbit. That's
Monty Python.
Penelope.
Well, they're not just the Holy Hand Grenade.
She's not ready for John Cleese. She's not ready for John Cleese.
Just the Knights Who Say me. Grayson, sweetie, repeat after me. 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 When he drives you crazy, chase him around the house going, me. Me. Me.
I just get a battle axe out of that.
And then I'll burn you like a witch.
Go around the house and tell your dad, it's like, it had teeth like this. It was a very ferocious beast. It had teeth like this. And it was hopping around like this.
The only acceptable quote from Monty Python, from Holy Grail, you can give me is if you actually say "'Tis but a flesh wound."
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Yes.
Is it an African condor or a regular condor?
Also, the holy hand, you have to remember when using the holy hand grenade, thou shalt count till 3. Not 1, not 2, but thou must count it to 3. And upon 3, thou must hurl the holy hand grenade at thy enemy, who, in God's eyes, will snuff it.
I'll show you the bunny from Monty Python later.
Oh, the bunny. That's right, because you can see. Keep right.
It's the ferocious beast. Run away!
Oh, she love her daddy.
She wants to show off her candy jewelry she makes.
Oh,
Oh, that's so pretty.
what type of candy is it?
Not real.
It's that's what they call the little plastic beads. They're
Oh,
called
okay. They
candy.
call it bees candy. I thought it was actual candy.
Ooh,
No,
I
it'd
need to
already be
teach
eaten
you,
if it was.
macrame jewelry. I know some simple pieces, a bracelet that you can make and be really cool.
She made a whole mask, like a COVID mask out of
Ooh,
the candy beads.
ooh, she good.
And I broke it by accident.
I'm going
And
to
then blamed it on her
putting,
grandmother.
I'm going to start putting some I will start showing pictures of some simple things that you can make.
Mhm.
If you need beads or stuff, let me know. Michael's, you can find some great beads at Michael's for not a lot of money. I will even send some of my beads if you like.
No, beads are banned in our home. There's not
Why?
an inch of the house that doesn't have stray ones all over it.
That's just part of what you deal with. And I will get
Trust
you
me, I'd
so
rather deal
good.
with bees
Hold
than
on.
Legos.
And all of a sudden the cat will walk by and go, and there's another bead. So no.
This took me a week to make. I worked 10 hours a day on this. You know, this is all hand knotted. And in certain places it's made, it looks more like fabric than knots.
That's why you can never knock an artisan. An artisan works too hard in their work for them to be knocked down by any means.
Is the heart in the middle held together by a string at the top and the bottom, or just the top?
No, both. The string goes through.
Oh, okay.
I knotted it here, brought it through there, and then when I got to this part, I put an extra bead there to keep it in place, and then knotted it there.
Awesome.
But yeah, that is a $250 piece.
Now I do have to respect everybody's time here because we have the 2-hour mark. We haven't talked about any comics. And I know people got to eat.
You know what? I have not been hungry, but I need more tea. I finished all my tea.
Right. Like I said, I have to look out for everybody. Why? Because I have to be the one to be like, hey, have you eat? I have to play the Elaine part now. It's like, did you eat?
I don't always eat on Thursdays because I don't want to eat before the show. And then you're sitting there and you're belching and you're farting and stuff, and the microphone picks it up and makes you know, it's just not ladylike.
Because I'm up here. I don't have a problem with pulling out the Slim Shady joke about, oh, it's like you didn't realize the record skip and everybody heard you let one rip.
Do you have a book you want to talk about? Okay.
Like I said, I've got to review this for the multiverse fundraiser.
What did I do? I'm not trying to end the fun on purpose. I just know people got to eat and stuff.
I need to make more tea because I am sweating. I am old and sweating buckets. I think I've lost 5 pounds just sitting here.
And to think, I'm slowly but surely joining the ranks of the Geritol Brigade.
All right, well,
it's not the fact that I don't want to stop talking and we having fun, but I just got to look out for everybody.
Like I said,
I can do a rapid review if it'll make you feel better.
Yes, and I will post a piece of jewelry that's really easy for you to do this weekend in our chat.
Okay, so let's Cliff do the rapid one and then we call it a night here.
Okay. The rapid review. Harley Quinn meets Elvira.
What?
Yes,
It's a
that
six-issue
did happen. I came that close to being interested in that. I was like, it's Harley Quinn. I don't like it.
Hey,
It's a 6-issue miniseries by Dynamite and DC. It was written and drawn by Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. So if you've
Yeah, the
ever
people who
read
do
anything
her the
Amanda
best.
Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti did, you have read this book. Period.
okay.
Harley's having a nightmare. She gets naked in the nightmare because, well,
It's Harley Quinn.
She realizes the reason she had the nightmare and felt real bad about her life was because she didn't get to have the great Halloween party she wanted to a year ago.
Why does
But
it sound like an episode of the Harley Quinn animated series?
Yeah.
And while she's talking, before she gets to that realization, she's talking to her little tiny friend from the Harley Quinn series about her nightmare, and he said, maybe you should just find a
What, you talking about Dr. Psycho? You don't know who
no,
Dr. Psycho is?
no, it's not Dr. Psycho. It's if you read Amanda and Jimmy's Harley Quinn series and she moved to Coney Island, there's the whole building full of wacky neighbors. There's a short guy. I can't remember his name right now. So but it's not, I know who Dr. Psycho is.
I know the building. I have Harley Quinn comic. I know the building.
But anyway, the guy's talking about maybe you just need to find a safe place to help when you feel this way. And of course that leads to Harley making bad jokes. Safe place. Nestled in Power Girl's ample. Nope, not there. Inside Bernie my Beaver. Nope. That one time Jim Lee called me a fourth pillar. Yes. But then she sees a sign of Elvira's TV show and is like, that's it. That's what I need to make my Halloween party perfect.
Well, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. She's Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Like Cassandra Peterson would actually do that.
Well,
she's done worse.
Elvira's under the TV studio. TV studio is canceling her show where they can save money. She's mad about it. Harley wants to meet her and have a big parade and group thing with Poison Ivy and Elvira and Power Girl and fill in the blanks.
Between my legs.
So then they finally meet each other. Harley blows up the TV studio, so Elvira moves into Harley's place, and the issue ends with them planning the Halloween party, and it'll pick up in issue 2. And I've read issue 2, and it didn't pick up anything else. It just continued the same Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner joke you would expect from a book that they wrote.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying
it's not
if you're going into this looking for something outside of the normal Harley Quinn stuff, don't pick it up.
Okay.
But it does have a lot of
underwhelming. So in other words, you just saying it's underwhelming.
I'm not going to say it's under or overwhelming. I'm just going to say it's whelming. And leave it at that.
Whelming.
Where's my girl?
Oh, she's doing birthday stuff now. She gone. But I will say I appreciate the fact that Dynamite filled the back of the book up with ads for their books. I've read part of Vampirella Armageddon. It's really good. So if you want a good Dynamite book, pick it up.
I love me some Vampirella.
And then they have an ad to show you all 47 variant covers of this issue of Vampirella and Harley Quinn that you can buy. So that was my quick review. If you like Harley Quinn, you like toilet humor, it's a good book. If you don't, you're not missing anything.
If Dynamite is out there listening right now, please give me the series that I want. Yeah, I really want it really, really bad. And I might become I might forgive you for canceling Red Sonja Red Sita, but please, please give me Elvira meets Vampirella. Please, pretty please.
Did
See,
they
she
not
got her
already
ice
do?
cream. She got her ice cream sandwich.
Did they not already do a book where they met? I thought they had. Huh. That's
They have
strange.
not. They have not done that. There's in Horrorland meets Vincent Price meets Harley Quinn. I'm looking at this list now. The Dark Omnibus, the Dark, the Classic Years Omnibus, the Wrath of the Khans, but she never met Vampirella.
That's strange.
That would have been the ultimate.
Now I have seen they do have a Red Sonja Elvira and they do have a Red Sonja Vampirella.
Right, but they don't have an Elvira Vampirella. They have Elvira meets Vampirella. I don't know if there's like, why haven't they done that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can't
That
afford
book
it.
pretty much sells money right there.
Well, you
And the
know
way
why
that
they
you guys
didn't.
love doing multiple Vampirella covers, just think of what you
Well,
could do.
Dynamite ran out of money to do that when they paid DC to have Vampirella show up in DCKO and fight Batwoman.
Oh my goodness, you're so correct on that.
Oh, and they also had Red Sonja fight Wonder Woman in that same issue. So that took all of their money to pay artists right there.
Just so sad. But that money prints that book will print money. Because
Speaking
that's
of
two classic characters finally meeting for the very first time.
Speaking of printing money, I just want to right now say thank you to Rich on eBay who bought my Jim Lee cover of Absolute Batman 1 for over $200. Thank you,
Yay!
sir. And I hope that it brings you comfort and joy because of 20 years it will not be worth $200, but you can have it.
Don't ever talk about stuff you sold like that.
Sorry for laughing the way that I did.
Oh my goodness.
But there's a bit of harsh truth in his statement there. That's the reason why I had to laugh the way that I did.
Okay. Anyway, it's late.
Yep, we got to sign off here. So therefore, we do it the way that we do it here. Here you go. I'm sorry, I've started that whole laughing and choking thing. That's my fault. That's my fault.
Kill me. Anyway, thank you for everybody who dropped it. Germany. Wow, we pulled this night.
I told you,
That's
we're
pretty impressive.
international.
We're international. We need to start making money though, because I got, government wants $1,200 out of me. So anyway, thank y'all for coming. Whether you watched us live, whether you will watch us later, we appreciate you being here. We love you. We're nuts and we're crazy and we love this stuff. That's why we talk about it. It's just we're not just some people that somebody writes a script for. We speak our minds and we speak our hearts, and sometimes it'll make sense, and sometimes you just want to show up at our houses and burn them down. But anyway,
and we know how to agree to disagree.
Yes. I'm Elaine. LensCapOnline.com is my website. Go check it out. Drop me a line. Let me know you were there. Okay. Come check out my YouTube channel. Come find me on Facebook. Don't come find me at LinkedIn because I'm not sure if I'm going to stay there or not. Too much AI stuff. But other than that, y'all have a good night. I will see you, my misters, when I see you. Though I'm gonna talk to Grayson. I got some stuff for Grayson, so you in trouble, Cliff. I'm gonna just tell you that now. You in trouble. Anyway, y'all take care. Love you. Peace.
And there's Mr. Olive Branch.
Thank you for joining us once again. happy 12th birthday to my little girl, wherever she went. Join us next week where we'll have a little bit lengthier discussion of comic book reviews, because I am bound and determined you have to suffer with me through Batman, Wonder Woman, The Truth. So you will. But remember,
Oh, I thought you want me to rant. You know, I will
I'm
go and
gonna
find that
rant
because
about I'm gonna rant about it next
you know
week.
I will go and find that because I am a firm believer. If they ever, if I could say, link two of the Trinity together, it should be Bruce and Diana because they have a better dynamic than Kal-El and Diana. I couldn't stand
Entire purpose
Kal-El
is
and Diana. I hate Superman, Wonder Woman. I hated that series too.
this has nothing to do with Batman and Wonder Woman getting together. This is the follow-up to the ending of the original Hush from 20 years
What?
ago, where you find
Wait,
out
wait, wait, wait.
why
Why?
Batman and Catwoman broke up. That is what this book is. We will talk
Okay.
more about it next week. But
I
thank you.
definitely got I definitely got to read it now because again, Selena is Selena, and deep down she cares a lot about Bruce. I'm happy that they did and didn't at the same time, but in the bigger scheme, I get it. But
We will
yeah, I don't
we
need
will get into it.
another Batman Wonder Woman series where you know she's getting sloppy seconds or
We will
being that friend with the listening ear who is
oh
sympathetic.
it's we have a lot of ground to cover with this one. We will talk about it. But
Okay.
again, thank y'all for joining us. Happy birthday to my little girl. And remember, join us here at Comic Book Spectrum, where we're curing insomnia one German at a time.
That is correct. And people do not hate him. Like what he said in the chat. People don't hate you. That brings us to our sponsor for the evening, which is always Fire Graphics. If you need a good cover for your novel, graphic novel, or comic book, hit up Jeffrey Hayes at Fire Graphics. Why? Because you want an award-winning artist who have done several award-winning covers that won Pulp Factory Awards on your book. Why? Because his covers get people talking to say, hey, tell me more about your work. If you don't believe me, then take a gander at this right here.
You've worked hard and written a great book. Now it's time to give it a great cover. If you're an indie author or small press publisher, Fire Graphics is your source for affordable cover illustration and graphic design. Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you.
You seen those images? That's the type of stuff that Jeffrey Hayes does, and it could be on your book as well. So hit him up at platformfiregraphics.com or his Facebook group for Fire Graphics. As far as I am concerned, I will be here on Saturday for another episode of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. We got some new books that came in, and then I do have another production update. We're rocking and rolling with another chapter for one of the stories in the Legends of the Giantess Slayer series here. So I just got through finishing up page 3 and working on page 4 right now of this 8-page chapter. So we're probably going to try to get as much as we can done, and we're going to show some more graphics and everything. And also need to make more of a dedicated effort for those who are willing to help out with our Patreon to start posting more often there, because that way I could actually show you more of the work, behind the scenes work with Primetime Saturday Night, Legends of the Giantess Slayer, and my arm might be twisted to show you more stuff for Amazonia as well. So until next Thursday, live life, grow, and be well. And unlike our founder, Brian K. Morris, I don't care if you wash your hands, but never, and I do mean never, apologize for being awesome. We'll catch you right here next week, right here on Comic Book Spectrum. Have a good evening. And for those who like From the Desk, I'll see you Saturday. Bye.